You're used to attention, but it's gone from just attention to hyper, people paying attention to what's going on. How are you dealing with this right now?
I
Same?
mean, yeah, same.
Can you block it out?
Absolutely. Like, I don't really hear the noise. I just come here and play basketball every single day, and that's what I focus on. And, you know, this is my job, so everything else, all the external noise, doesn't faze me.
Kaitlyn, what did you prioritize the last couple of days? What did you need the most?
I think honestly just getting away from basketball a little bit and, you know, getting some sleep, getting some rest, taking care of my body. And then, you know, getting back in the gym, working on my shot. You know, we've done some small group stuff too, working on like some breakdown things that we need to get better at, whether it's ball screen stuff, whether it's defensively. So it's been nice to be able to like go hard in those areas because other than that, like we've just had walkthroughs before every single game to this point, just because of our schedule. It's been so demanding, so it's been nice.
We saw last night where you had team dinner. I know a lot of times that's when teams, that's something where you can really bond, whether it's on the road or here. What did you kind of get out of that, or anything else you've been able to do here recently?
Yeah, it's been fun. That was like one of our first, you know, team bonding things that we actually had time to do. So, you know, it's fun to all go out to dinner and just get to hang out in a setting outside of basketball and get to know each other and to laugh and to not be so tense and serious all the time. Like those are important moments for this team too.
How much more intense was today's session compared to anything you guys have done in the practice setting since the season started?
Yeah, I think, you know, even when we go through our walkthroughs, like there's an intensity about us. It's just not the, you know, your heart rate's not up. It's just a little bit different. But, you know, to be able to go up and down and to actually play live and see how things are working and try new things, try new plays, go over plays that maybe have worked and maybe haven't worked, and get better defensively, I think has been huge for us. So, you know, I think from a competitive standpoint, like we were just competing a lot more. Other than that, like I feel like our intensity is always really good, and that's something Coach always demands out of us.
Kaitlyn, what do you expect to be kind of different in these next stretch of games now that you have more and more practice time?
I think our chemistry, I think, you know, you'll continue to see it grow, our connection get a little bit better. You know, hopefully we get our legs under us a little bit more, make a few shots. Felt like we were, you know, we probably haven't shot it as well as we would have liked. And maybe that's, you know, just think the ball not rolling our way, and maybe that's because our legs are tired. So I think that, but I think overall just our chemistry of, you know, how we're working together. We're a young team. Like, you know, when I'm playing the point guard spot, like I haven't got to practice with my team much. Like that's really hard, trying to navigate an offense, and you know you haven't had much practice time together. So I think that's just something we're going to continue to navigate. But I think it's, you know, it's already improved a lot, and it's only going to continue.
You exited last game with that knee injury. What did that feel like, and are you good now?
Yeah, I'm good. It's still a little hard to hear, but it's all good.
You're used to physical play.
Yeah.
You said you grew up playing against the guys. What's this first 11 games been like for you?
Yeah,
Surprise or no?
Yeah, it's definitely been physical. I mean, I wouldn't say I've been surprised. Like I know the physicality was coming, and that's something I was prepared for. And I think it's the biggest adjustment is how physical this league is, and how, you know, good these players are that are guarding me. Like they're in my space all the time. They're not going to help off of me, and just really great defenders. And you know, so I'm still trying to learn and navigate that of like setting up cuts, using screens better, making better reads out of ball screens. I think it's just like all those little things that will come with time. You know, I'm trying to learn on the fly too. So you know, giving myself a little grace, but also I feel like I've already learned a bunch through the first 11 games, and I feel like you can see that, and it's only going to continue to improve.
Curious, a diehard sports fan like yourself might turn on a sports center, stuff like that, but lately it's probably been all of you, about you, for example. What do you turn on to turn that off?
Yeah, I don't watch a ton of Sports Center. I mean, I watch the other WNBA games as much as I can.
Okay.
Movies, random shows, you know. My little brother's living with me, so he plays a lot of video games, so sometimes I get caught watching that. I don't know. Just random stuff, you know.
For this team just to have.
All right, guys. So you heard Kaitlyn Clark. That was 2 days ago when they had their first full practice on Wednesday, and they had a second full day of practice on Thursday, which they are set to board. I think they boarded the plane yesterday evening to fly out to DC to play the Washington Mystics tonight at 7:30. Now, the Indiana Fever have not played in 5 days. The last time they played against the New York Liberty, where they got blown out, and that's the game where Kaitlyn and Aaliyah Boston got injured in that game. And that was Kaitlyn Clark's lowest point of the game, lowest scoring point of the game. She only had 3 points, and that was a three-pointer. But with this time in rest, There's a lot of questions need to be asked. There's a lot of circulation still going around with her name. But given the fact that um, they was able to take it in stride and use this time to bond, to really get to know each other, something that they haven't done in 11 games. They have played 11 games in 20 days since the season opening. She came out of college. She came straight from playing in the NCAA tournament in the national championship game and straight into the draft, and then playing in preseason and then game season. So the things that I'm looking for in this game tonight and progress, how much progress of practice, 2 days of practice had helped them. Did Chrissy Sires utilize this time to have a game plan, put an offense together where the ball is in Kaitlyn's hands starting out, where she's the soul coming up, or if they plan on trapping her, who's going to be the option? How are they going to move around? Are they going to have better off the ball screens? Are they going to have better pick and rolls? Are they going to utilize? Is Kelsey Mitchell going to be able to be more help facilitate with Kaitlyn instead of just looking for her shot all the time? Have Katie Lou, have Lexi Hull, have they all been working on their shot? Has they been able to utilize, if they were able to hit some open shots if it comes to them? Because I can tell you this, the Washington Mystics are a gritty team. Yeah, they have lost 10 games. They had lost 10. But most of the games they have been in this season where I have watched, they've been in games. They have led in games, only to lose. Rookie sensation, Aaliyah Edwards is phenomenal. She had a hell of a game last night against the Chicago Sky. She had, I think, let me go check out her numbers real quick before I, dig too deep into this situation real quick. Let me see. Edwards had 23 points, 14 rebounds, 4 blocks, 2 assists. So she had a hell of a game in an 8-point loss. So my thing is this is I want to see a more energetic, a more up-tempo pace Indiana Fever. I don't want to see them coming out slow. I don't want to see them coming out wasting time. I don't want to see them being the logic. I want to see how Kaitlyn is going to be able to utilize her skill set a little bit more in this game. Against a Fever team, I mean, not a Fever, but a Mystics team that you could really beat them up down low. I think that Alyssa Smith, I think Aaliyah Boston should have a field day down low, get fouls. I think Kelsey Mitchell could help. Katie Lou could help. I think there's a lot of potential in this game for the Indiana Fever to start out hot, not cold. Yeah, they have not played in 5 days, but they should have fresh legs. I think their schedule is going to get a little bit better for them. I think they play Monday night against the Connecticut Sun, who they lost to the last time by 4 points. Then they start gearing back up against, the Mystics again, the Atlanta Dream, then the Chicago Sky. So their schedule is going to start to lighten up a little bit more for them to rack up some wins. Tonight is a very important night for this team to get back in action, to really take the time to really bring what they have done in practice. You hear Kaitlyn said that, hey, there was a lot of things. There was also Chrissy Sires in that interview. She said that, talked about certain things that they have done, certain things that they have navigated to help this team. If I can find that, what I was looking for. Think. I've been talking to myself forever. So, um, I'm gonna let you hear what Chrissy Sides had to say first.
How important is this week to actually have time to go through some things?
Yeah, we talked to him earlier about the things that we were able to improve on throughout from the first 5 games to 6 to 11. And there were some, like our turnovers, we really improved there. We really improved from the like opponent offensive rebounds, like we were able to get more not as many second chance points. But then some of the things that we were able to work on is just on the defensive end. And so we were able to get up expansion a little bit.
How much more intense was it than anything else you've been able to do from the start of the season until now? The speed and everything like that.
Yeah, it was game speed today. We haven't done that on in between all those days ever. Not one time. We just can't.
To that point, what are you now? That's okay. That is all right.
Sorry.
To that point, what more now in particular can you zero in on, whereas before you're probably just doing a broader perspective on everything?
Yeah, transition defense is one that we can really work on right now because we have some time. Also, we did a lot of breakdowns as it relates to keeping the ball in front of us, dribble penetrations. Like we're putting our posts in some tough situations, having to help so much. So we've got to do a much better job keeping the ball.
Have you talked about physical play and how you guys have gone up against this? Is it different than normal, or is this pretty much how it is?
Well, we played the top teams in the league, some of them 3 times already. So, it's just this is a physical league. And that's just we just got to be able to take the hits and get some too. We've got to be able to keep fighting. We tend to get down when things aren't going our way. We have a hard time trying to get back. So that's one thing we're really focusing on is, when things aren't going our way, we've got to be able to snap back into it.
You want to see somebody step up when Kaitlyn gets knocked down like that? Do you want to have an enforcer say, hey, that's my teammate here?
Yeah, well, I think we saw that in the Seattle game. I mean, Victoria Vivians and Kaitlyn kind of tied up, and it was in play, so people were all right there. So we went, everyone went and kind of helped right there. But, the other incident was away from the ball. It was a non-basketball play. We were on the other end of the floor, so you can't even.
I want to stop that right there because that's a key point right there. And she said that they did that in the Seattle game when Kaitlyn and Victoria Vivians got into it going back down the court. But Aaliyah Boston was right there when Kennedy Carter chucked Kaitlyn in front of her. She was right there. Aaliyah Boston was right there. So Aaliyah Boston seen the play. She could have been the one that stepped in to say, hey, chill out. But anyway, moving along. But Christy says, she narrated, said they need to get back in transition defense. They need to keep the ball in front of them. They don't need to break down when, dribble penetration when teams drive past one of the defenders and pull the big out of the hole because then they won't be in position to get rebound. The only thing I hate about this is that Timmy Fembele is going to be out probably another week or so. And hopefully by next week, she could get upgraded. And by the time they start really getting back in there, because I think hopefully around the third time they play the Sky, she'll be in the game, because you're going to need her. Like I said, I think the Fever have enough firepower on offense to beat the Sky, to beat the Dream, to beat the Mystics, probably even the Dallas Wings, LA Sparks. They have enough firepower. Chrissy Sides has to implement a type of offense that's if they're gonna focus on Kaitlyn, allow somebody like Celeste Taylor in the game to run the point, or allow Grace Berger to run the point. Then like Kaitlyn play off ball, but Kaitlyn needs the ball. And what they need to do is if they're going to pick up her 94 feet, then somebody needs to be back there with her. You know what I'm saying? Where she could pass the ball back to them and then they could give it right back to her so she could set up the offense. And then they got to do a lot better on they screens and pick and rolls. They half-ass pick, they half-ass screen, and the defender easily could get right around them. All you got to do is stand there and allow your partner to get it. Because if you give Kaitlyn a really good screen where she had just enough room, she could hit down 50% of her shots, or she could dribble, drive in the hole or round off of that pick and dribble, drive down the hole, and then draw the defender to her, because Kaitlyn garners so much attention. And it helps the others. But like when Kaitlyn's passing the ball to them and they're missing shots and they're not hitting the basket on there, that makes it even harder for her, because then she feels like, okay, well, I definitely has to take over and try to score. And when her shot's not falling, that means somebody else got to step up. So, like, I honestly think tonight that Celeste Taylor is going to be a factor. I think Leah Boston is going to be a factor. I think Kelsey Mister is going to be a factor. I think, like I said, I think Kaitlyn is going to have a great game tonight. I believe she's going to have a great game tonight. I really believe she's fresh. I think she's ready. I think she has a lot to prove, especially with all the noise that's going on out there. But just for this team, now the number came in from last night's game with the Sky. It was 10,000. So pretty much it's going to be more than that tonight. Also, like I said, that Kaitlyn had a poor shooting night against the Liberty 5 days ago, only scoring 3 points. I don't think she'll score 3 points tonight. I'm going to say Kaitlyn score 20 plus tonight. She's going to have a 20 plus point game tonight. I think she's going to get her groove going. I think she's going to set up her teammates. I think the flow of the game is going to go excellent. Like I said, the three things I'm looking for is defense, one, the flow of the offense. What has Christy Sides implemented for this offense, for this team to be successful? Is Kaitlyn Clark is going to hold the ball? Is they going to give help when they pick her up 94 feet? Because I can tell you this, the Mystics, they pretty quick and scrappy, but I think they could get outplayed. Like I said, they have been in some games, a couple games they could have won, but we definitely see tonight when the Fever take on the Mystics. Should be a great game, but I'm looking for the Fever to come out of this. If they come out of this game sluggish, no rhythm, and just allowing the Mystics to have their way with them, then that's going to beg the question about this team going forward, because you already have 5 days off. There is no way you should come out lackluster. You should come out ready to play. You should come out ready to energize, athletic, rested. You had a break on Monday. You had time on Tuesday. You practiced 2 days straight. So I think if this team don't come out with some kind of fight tonight, then it's going to be telling how. So now I'll have another video later today of the game. It will be, I was going to do a live stream on there, but I don't know yet. I'm thinking. But I do have a couple more videos where I'm breaking down some stuff that happened early in this week. But I definitely want to highlight the game tonight between the Mystics with Aaliyah Boston and Kaitlyn Clark, and what's going to happen. So with that being said, tune in tonight, 7:30 on ION and NBA TV, where the Mystics and the Fever host the Fever. Looks like it's going to be another sellout crowd. Like I said, Capital One Arena holds 20,000. I think it's going to be up there about 18, 17 plus, 17 plus tonight. Until then, have a God bless afternoon. Fever's rising. Let's do it.